Today, the FBI is searching the Maryland home of ex-Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton as part of an investigation into the handling of classified information. Let's bring in Washington correspondent Alice Barr, who's been covering politics for years now. And Alice, this is a developing story. It's happening right now. What do we know so far?
It certainly is. We are tracking this FBI raid of the D.C. area home of John Bolton, National Security Advisor during the first Trump administration. A source familiar with the matter tells NBC News the raid is part of a national security investigation in search of classified records. In a post on X this morning, FBI Director Kash Patel wrote, quote, "No one is above the law. FBI agents on mission." Bolton and President Trump have sharply criticized each other since parting ways in 2019, with Bolton often slamming the president's foreign policy moves. One of President Trump's first acts this term was to cancel Bolton's security service detail, despite his receiving death threats stemming from Iran. The Justice Department investigated Bolton during the first Trump term over accusations he included classified information in his book and unsuccessfully tried to stop its publication. Bolton maintained that he had the information that he included cleared, and the DOJ under the Biden administration dropped the case.
All right, we had a big financial win and a big political loss for the president in the courts. Let's start off with this legal win, a $500 million a civil fraud judgment handed down last year being tossed out in New York. Walk us through what happened there.
Yeah, President Trump is celebrating this decision where a New York appeals court threw out the $500 million judgment against him in a civil fraud case when he was found liable of civil fraud. And he has called that case a witch hunt and election interference. In this ruling, the 5-judge panel was divided. 2 of the judges said that President Trump was correctly found guilty of fraud. 2 said he should receive a new trial, and 1 said the case should be dismissed. All 5, though, decided that the penalty that was imposed, that $500 million judgment, was excessive. New York Attorney General Letitia James plans to appeal. She was the one who brought these charges in 2022, accusing President Trump and his business enterprises, family real estate business, of inflating his net worth and deflating it in different instances to get more favorable loan terms. The ruling does still hold that President Trump committed fraud. That still stands, and it leaves in place restrictions that limit the Trump organization's ability to do business in New York. His legal team is expected to keep appealing, while the Justice Department is also now investigating Letitia James, and both for bringing this case, and also they're accusing her of mortgage fraud, which her attorneys are saying is political retribution.
Gotcha. So from a legal win to a policy loss, break down how his immigration crackdown is taking a hit.
Yeah, this is about that Alligator Alcatraz, that controversial migrant detention center right next to the Florida Everglades that's been getting a lot of attention. There's a new order that does not directly shut the facility down, but it orders the removal of all generators, sewage, and waste receptacles within 60 days, and says that no new migrants can be brought there, no new detainees can be brought there, that there can be no construction on the site. So with all of those restrictions, it's unclear how the detention center could keep operating under these rules. The environmental groups that brought the legal challenge are calling the ruling a major victory for Florida's fragile ecosystems, and the state of Florida, which has partnered with the Trump administration on this site, is already appealing the order.
All right, Alice Barr, thanks so much for your insight. Really appreciate it.